Yo, what's good, guys? And welcome back to the Peer Pressure Podcast. I'm your host, Benjy, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, first with FPL Kayman. What's up, Kay?
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Why don't you go ahead and set a like target for this episode?
Let's get a healthy 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. This is a big one. A lot to discuss, so need 100 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button, guys. It's not very
Sweet.
hard, guys.
And we're also joined by Chelsea regular FPL Stock. How you doing today, Stocky?
Good, man. I'm good.
Cool. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Stock is also on Wildcard, by the way, so we're gonna look at that. We're gonna have a lot of discussion, some chips, Cunha replacements, stuff like that. So it's gonna be very interesting. Just before we get into everything, it's gonna be quite a heavy pod. Don't forget to check out our Peer Pressure Plus Patreon, where we do weekly insight, custom team advice, personalized team advice. You're gonna get my captaincy analysis week to week, my results, and obviously there's a lot of Q&A calls. It's just a great community to be in. And actually, we've added a little segment here just before we kind of just to slide us into things, and it's just a few questions that we pulled out of the Patreon Q&A. Kayman, why don't you go ahead and touch on Babanks and what he is asking?
So what is the best Arsenal trio to own? Both questions are just one?
You can focus on the first one first. Oh, I think Kayman's frozen.
What's the first one? Okay. Oh, my bad. Apologies. In terms of my best triple Arsenal, I would say I'll go double Arsenal defense, and I would go like that could be a combination of Raya, Gabriel, or that could be a combination of Gabriel and Timber. I think the more popular one would be Timber and Gabriel, but I know some people have Raya, so ideally you'd want to get Gabriel in before anything else. But yeah, I'd say double Arsenal defense, whichever combination you prefer. And then I'd say it's Rice personally for me. That would be my best triple up.
Cool. We're gonna touch on his Cold Palmer question a little bit later when we head into the midfielders. Stock, talk to me about chip strategy. What IBK is asking about, and a bit about maybe a keeper rotation. I know you're looking at that for your wild card as well.
Chip strategy. Suppose I think it's rank dependent. Personally, so if you're in a good spot, if you've got a good rank, I'd probably go with what the template's going for, and I think the template's probably going for what wildcard 32, bench boost 33, free hit 34, or like just a variation around those doubles later on. Whereas my rank's very poor. I'm outside the top million, so I suppose I can't really play a template game or a conventional game. I have to apply a different strategy and attack the 20s and then go join the template in the 30s, and by that time hopefully I've caught up. So I'm on a wildcard now, but I would suggest wildcard in 24, and then you can put players like Fulham and Villa in your wildcard, like Rodgers, Anderson, etc. They play in the blank, they've got good fixtures, don't have to free hit in 31. Keep your Arsenal and City lads who double in 33, most likely. No, Arsenal double 26. Your City lads who double in 33, Palace who double in 33. And you can bench boost that week, and then you can free hit 34, and you'll still have those players because they could potentially double in 36. But that was a monologue. I didn't expect that question this quick.
And in terms of keeper rotations, I mean, we're gonna spend a bit of more time on, I guess, some of the questions being asked, but what keeper rotation do you like? Personally, I think Verbruggen Kelleher is going to get a fuck ton of points in the next kind of run, especially coming to the end of the season. I think you're getting access to two defenses for quite cheap, who's DEFCON. I know Kelleher and Brentford do DEFCON, but Kelleher's just a great keeper, makes saves, makes pen saves. Brentford are keeping cleans. He rotates pretty well with Verbruggen. I like that combo a lot. So yeah, just on chip strategy, I've got a little section here. So the top one is basically what they're going to be looking at. That's probably going to be the template. So 26 double, which is going to be Arsenal and Wolves are going to double. 32 is 31 and 32. That's the next international break. It's a long international break, 3 weeks. Wildcard 32 is going to be template. 33 bench boost. 34 free hit blank. the teams that blank in that are basically whoever makes it to the FA Cup semi-finals are going to blank in 34, and then 35 is going to be a double. And a lot of people are looking to put their TC there because Haaland has Burnley in 34. If City make it to the FA Cup semi-finals, he could have a double with Burnley away and Everton away, I think it is, which is really, really good, right, Kayman?
Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail. You hit the nail there. I mean, in terms of what like the chip strategy wise, I think still quite early though, Benjy. I think for us to, I think I would want to see at least another round of the FA Cup before I comment on that. I think by game week 25 we're gonna know though. By after game week 25 deadline, we're gonna know. Of course, we're gonna know the double and whether it's in game week 26 or not. I think the TC is one of the more flexible chips. You could use it in 26 for the likes of either Gabriel or Saka or Rice, whichever one you prefer, or you could save it for, like, for example, 36 double or even 33 if you wanted to. I think that's the most flexible one. But in terms of like using a free hit, I think you're gonna have to, you rather use that on a blank game week. To be fair.
Yeah. And the bottom one is what I thought maybe probably Stock is gonna do. Stock, is that accurate? You know, with Wildcard 22, bench boost 33, free hit 34, TC 35. Is that kind of what you're looking at?
TC
35. You meant
36?
36, but double is in 36.
36,
Benjy.
yeah, sorry. 36 if
Yeah,
it
double in
is.
36. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's a strategy. I'd say the better strategy for this would be 24, because the information gained on Chelsea, for example, have the best fixture run in the 20s, is what you should take advantage of, and I think that information is more important. So even on Wildcard 22, like, yeah, we'll get onto that anyways.
Yeah.
Just want to say, by the way, Benjy, if anyone is watching this video right now, do not lock into any cheap strategy right now, because the result, like the Chelsea and Arsenal game, is not a done deal. They're only leading by 1-0. Fair enough, City have most likely are going to win that Newcastle game, but that Arsenal game could still swing like either way. I personally don't think that game is done.
So what you heard from Kayman,
I
just
do.
wrap it up and then just throw it out, because that leg's over. They ain't going to the Emirates and winning, bro.
Okay.
Liam Rosinha in charge. Yeah, no chance, bro.
No, I'm just
But it's
Kayman. I'm
football,
trolling you, bro. But so is it 36? So 36 is actually the second. Is that when the second double is not 35?
Second double,
Okay.
second double, not second double, yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
but the
just
big double is in 33.
Yeah, and
That's
I
the big
think
one.
bench boosting in that week makes so much sense, because if you look at the fixture that's going to move, 31 is going to be a blank, and that's going to be because of the Carabao Cup final. Crystal Palace have West Ham at home in 33. Now, the fixture that's going to be moved there is City versus Crystal Palace at the Etihad. That's going to be the double game. So Palace would have West Ham at home and City away. A guy like Lacroix, a Richards, they pick up 3 points against City, and you're almost into double digits if you get a return against West Ham. So I think that the bench boost 33 is really powerful because of Crystal Palace, and they're going to be... And the funny thing is with Palace is that they also play Liverpool in 34. If Liverpool make it to the FA Cup semi-finals, they could double twice at the back end. So I think...
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Double game week 36. How likely is it? And secondly, what's needed? Because last season me and Kayman put a lot of hopes on a double game week in 36, and we got burnt for it. So I'm just curious to know if it's a similar sort of double game week where it's not likely to happen.
So the double game week 36 is based on basically, the game week 31, there's going to be blank, right? Those matches are going to either likely to move to either game week 36 or 33, right? And the FA Cup final. So if there is a 2 Premier League team that's in the FA Cup final, that could also lead to a double game week in 36 and a blank game week in 37.
So for instance, let me just...
So the only team doubling...
Yeah.
Sorry, the only teams doubling in 33 would be Palace and City.
Yeah, or it could be another team.
So they could throw what they could do is basically throw the 34 blanks, because the 34 is a blank because of FA Cup semis, right? So let's say, I don't know, a Villa makes it in, then maybe they would move that fixture into 33 to create a bigger double. But let's say City make the FA Cup semifinals, well, it can't be moved there, so it has to go into 36. And likewise, if Liverpool make the semifinals, Palace are already playing in the midweek, So then that would also have to move to 36. So basically, if Liverpool and City get to the semi-finals, it's quite likely that 36 is going to be a double because they're already doubling in 33, both of those teams. Cool.
Okay.
Any other thoughts here on chip strategy, guys? Early thoughts?
I just think.
I like.
Go on, sorry.
Go on, Kevin.
I just think save your
Go on.
chips if you can. Like, I know Stock is on wildcard, but as he explained why he's on wildcard, I just think if you don't need to wildcard and if your team is like somewhat manageable, save that damn thing, man. Save the chips, boys. That'll be my advice. But yeah, it's gone.
Cool.
Yeah, I was bench like a lot of people like to free hit in a double game week because it's a very powerful chip to attack the double. But I'd suggest that with the introduction of DEFCON, I think a lot of people would argue that bench boost is a detrimental chip in terms of how it impacts your team in the game weeks either side of leading up to it, and how much you sacrifice just for that potential high ceiling score. But this season, with the introduction of DEFCON, I think it's more powerful because the potential for 4 points in both game weeks, but just heading the ball clear or blocking it is just definitely so powerful.
100%. And what I would say is, like I said, if we get a double in 36 that includes City doubling in 33 and 36, you're going to have to put your free hit in 34 because there's no way you're going to have the transfers and capability to maneuver out of City for the blank and or / bench them, I don't know, and then move back into City for their next double. It's just not going to happen. So you really do not, the chip you really need to keep hold of is the free hit. Don't waste the free hit because the doubles could fall in a way where suddenly two teams double, so a team can double then blank, then single, then double, like City, and then you're in a pickle because you can't pivot out, right? Pivot back out.
Can I just say, free hit is one of the most important chip this season because of how many blanks we're expecting. We're expecting at least 2 blanks and
maybe
potentially 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 3, right? So free hit is one of the most important chip to save this season. I would second that with probably a wild card.
Yeah.
I'd second that with the wild card because that wild card could get you out of trouble and set you up from game week 31 or 30 onwards till the end of the season, which will allow you to tackle a bunch of doubles and blanks. So I think those are the 2 most important chips for you to save. If someone was to tell me I'm going to bench boost in a single game week, I don't give a toss, mate. Like, DEFCON is there. If your team is looking good, fucking use that shit. If you're going to tell me you're going to TC, fuck it, I don't care. But the wild card and the free hit, I think, is going to be the one that's going to save you if you're in trouble. Yeah.
Cool. Any final thoughts on chips, guys?
No, I think that's...
I think 31. 31's a blank, but I think we can easily navigate that. We've got a lot of game weeks to do so. Yeah. And it's most likely we know who's going to double. So, yeah, I think, that's an easy fixture to navigate. I wouldn't free hit in 31. That's my opinion.
Sweet. Okay, we're going to move just quickly into a little availability report. A few injuries of note. Hincapi, Murphy, Livramento, the 2 Chelsea guys, Delap and Gittins, I believe, are ill, right, Stock? It was sickness?
Yeah, there's a bug going around, apparently.
The main one that we heard today, Richarlison out for 7 weeks, which is a little bit of a concern. A few suspensions there. In terms of Man United, Maguire has been back on the bench in the last 2, but De Ligt, we don't have any news. Let's see what we hear tomorrow, but he still probably is out with a back injury for the Manchester derby. I think if you have Miley, you're looking still very good for minutes because of Livramento. It's a hamstring again. He's going to be out for a long time. Murphy, if you have a Gordon, minutes should be still very good over this next patch. And West Ham, Nuno came out and said today, Paqueta, Mavropanos, and Matthias Fernandes, who's been their best player this season, are big doubts for the Tottenham game. Sweet. Just to touch on Michael Carrick, who's been announced as our interim. I just pulled 2 formations. I was reading an Opta article of how they think he's going to play. So I'll read you the stats on Michael Carrick. In the championship, 112 out of 124 championship games, he played a 4-2-3-1. So that it looks like he's going to be playing that. He had 3 games at United as the interim after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He played 2 of them with a 4-2-3-1. He played 1 of them with a 4-3-2-1 Christmas tree, which is the one you see on the right. And this is how Opta analysts think that United could potentially line up over the next few games. Kayman, what's your thoughts on Michael Carrick and the appointment, and how do you see the team? Is there any players? What's your overall thoughts?
I don't know much about him in terms of him as a manager. I don't watch the championship, so do forgive me for my lack of knowledge there. The only championship game I remember watching this season was I think Sheffield United versus Sunderland in the playoffs. That's when what's it called? Chowdhury, what's his name? Hamza Chowdhury is playing. So because of his Bengali, and I'm a big fan of him, so I watched that game. That's the only game I think I watched the full game. But so in terms of what is backstory, maybe Stock, and you can comment on that. As him as a manager, I don't have any comment on that either. As a United as a team, though, however, I think regardless who's managing us, I think it is very difficult to manage this team and not score goals. I think we have enough firepower to score goals versus anybody. So FPL assets are going to be an option regardless, even if we're not winning, right? So, for example, like even last season when Tottenham were not winning, they were still getting goals, right? Whether it's Johnson or Kulusevski, someone was scoring goals. So I think we're going to score goals regardless. So whether it's Bimo or Bruno Fernandes or Cunha or Sesko, one of them is going to eat. And I think if we could just wait maybe a week or two, and then we can potentially see who's going to benefit the most. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. In terms of his play style, I just pulled a quote that I read from his first interview as a coach. He said, "Hopefully we can play a really exciting type of football and be positive and express and bring excitement. I want to be off my seat. I want to enjoy watching the boys play, and obviously results need to come with that." So he actually does play quite expansive football. His play style in the championship was very possession based, and quick transitions, stuff like that. So he's going to try to play. He tries to play out of the back as well. It's going to be a possession-based system, and I'm very interested to see what he's going to do against City. Stock, any thoughts here, quickly?
Well, what I remember when he took over Middlesbrough, I think they were near the bottom of the league. I believe they were 23rd, and within like just after a few matches, or maybe after that double digit, like 10, maybe 15 matches, he had them up to third.
Yeah.
So he had like a real boost, like a bounce with them. So hopefully he can have a similar level of manager bounce at this United team. Like Kayman said, the attack is very good. I believe he actually won 9 of his first 13 games with Middlesbrough when he first took over. So yeah, hopefully more of the same.
Yeah, in his final season in charge,
So-
he finished fourth for total goals in the championship, third for XG, and second for shots per game. So he's an attacking manager. Defensively, his underlying stats are not impressive, so United should still be pretty targetable as a fixture. 4-2-3-1. Expect now. Some guys are actually saying he might play Bruno deeper and Cunha in the 10. Let's wait and see on that. Let's see what he's gonna do there. Cool. Let's move into Starkey Stark's wildcard, shall we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey.
Oh, what a graphic. Wow. Just a
Come on,
beautiful graphic. Look at that man. Look at that man. SEMENYO. Hey, that's a real shooter right there.
Lol.
Take it away, Stark.
But
Yeah. So the reason why I have Raya in goal, which I know is going to cause a lot of controversy in the chat, maybe even in this pod, because I'm wildcarding early, and Arsenal are most likely going to double, and they have a lot of potential to reach the FA Cup semi-final. They could double twice. So when they blank in 31, I'd arguably want Arsenal assets still. So I can bench Raya for Dubravka in 31 and still carry an Arsenal asset forwards. Because you've got 2 goalkeepers and you only have 4 bench players. So it's not because I think Raya's the best third Arsenal pick. I absolutely don't. It's just because when you're wildcarding this early, you have to make sacrifices in terms of planning, like strategy-wise, and that just, for me, just makes sense. Cash, I know he takes their set pieces. They've got a lot of home fixtures. He plays, is it Burnley in the blank in 31? Is it Burnley in 31?
Yeah.
I think it's West Ham.
It's West Ham.
It's West Ham, I think.
You just
West Ham,
move your mic a little
West
bit
Ham,
closer,
okay,
Stark.
so-
There you go.
So it's West Ham in the blank in 31, and he's just very attacking. Actually, Vincenzo Craig on X suggested Cash to me as a Villa fan, so I like the fixtures. My concern would be that I've heard that Mings and Pau Torres are almost back fit, So does Conso get shifted to right back like we saw in previous seasons? I don't know. But I'd like to think Cash is first choice. Gabriel, obviously no-brainer. Chalobah is not in my team, for the record,
Yeah.
because I've heard we're looking to potentially buy a centre-back. And I think he struggled last night. It's just a Chelsea spot. Just see it as a Chelsea spot. It'll be someone who I think's nailed. Lacroix, they've got a lot of home fixtures. And they double in 33. And I just think Lacroix is the most... Like, in 26 and 27, when Palace play Wolves at home and Burnley at home, that's actually sandwiched in between their Conference League playoff games. So there could be rotation. They might be leggy. So for me, Lacroix is just the most nailed defender. Anderson plays Burnley in 31. So again, I'm kind of sacrificing so I can play through that blank long term. And then yes, no Saka. And the reason why there's no Chelsea assets is because we have 4 games coming up, and I think the information we'll get from those 4 games is very significant. If we don't make top 8, I don't think Palmer plays Burnley, because that Burnley fixture in 27 is sandwiched in between the 2 playoff games. So I won't have Palmer. If we do make top 8, then for me, Palmer's an option. So I plan on pivoting out of Ekitike after 2 game weeks, and I could drop him to Mane and upgrade Semenyo to Palmer.
Yo,
or I can just drop
maybe
Semenyo
just move it
to
further,
Enzo.
because it sounds like a little bit more. Yeah, maybe move it further. Just because it sounds better now. Try it now. Let me see.
Yo,
Ah,
can you hear
okay,
me?
yeah, it's good. So, Kayman, what do you think, bro? One Chelsea on his wildcard.
I think I assume that would be Cucurella. I think Cucurella makes the most sense because he'll be nailed regardless. He's one of your better players. Whether he's playing third centre back or is playing as a attacking wing back or whatever, right? I'm not sure if you got the funds for that, which I'm okay with if you're going with one Chelsea. And then you can reassess and see whether Enzo is the option or whether it is Cole Palmer, for example. I don't think you need to rush into it now. Brentford and Palace could be 2 games to test it out. I like the midfield. Otherwise, I think the midfield makes sense. The rest of the players that you've got, Semenyo to cover City, other than Haaland, because you don't get anything from Haaland unless you captain him. So you're going there, whether it's Cherky or Foden or Semenyo. Same shit, to be fair. Apologies for my language, excuse my French, but I mean, Semenyo looked out to be really good, to be honest, and he's flexible, versatile on both wings. I like that pick, really quite differential right now. Tavernier, I also like Bruno, Rodgers, Rice. I don't have an issue with Raya personally. I think I understand why. I think the reason why you're going there is because you don't, not only the fact that because you're wildcarding early, you wouldn't have the luxury to be able to say restructure the team, or if you're in a trouble or to not be able to manage the blanks, you don't have to burn transfers to take out Timber and bring him back, things like that. So I get it. And not only that, Timber is also not guaranteed to start both games now that White is back, and every time he comes back firing. He got GA the minute he came back versus Soares.
Yeah.
So
I just want to expand on why I've actually got Semenyo and why I think he's a good pick for the next 2 to 3 game weeks. So Semenyo can't play in the Champions League games because he's not part of the squad.
Yeah.
He was a Bournemouth player, and they have to wait for the group stage to finish before they can update their squad. So, in my opinion, his minutes should be very good in the next 3 games at least, because he'll be rested in the midweek fixtures. And if I look at City's fixtures from now until 30, I think their fixtures are amazing. So if Semenyo keeps his place, I think he could be quite a template pick, and has, with his abilities on both feet and his versatility to play on both wings, he could be I think he could explode at City, and I just think I'd rather be on him, and if he fails, move him to Enzo or Palmer.
Could I just go back to his wildcard for 2 seconds, Benjy? Sorry.
If he's successful, I'll just keep him.
One more thing I just want to say. I just want to understand, why do you have Ekitike on your team, bro? The rest of it, I understand it.
Because currently, I think I'm going to captain him this week, and I think Burnley and Bournemouth are the 2 best fixtures in the league. If I don't want to captain him and I get put off, he won't be in my team.
Don't you think Thiago should be someone for someone who needs the transfers and needs to be able to manage the blanks that are coming up, 31, 33, and 37 potentially? Don't you think you'd rather save the transfer there and go Thiago instead?
No, because he's a high EO asset and his fixtures are quite poor in my opinion. So I need to take calculated risks because of my rank, and I think that is the player to take on with his EO.
I don't know if that's a good reason. I don't know.
I'll buy him. I'll buy him in 27.
Kayman,
You
so
don't.
you're telling me that you're gonna pick this Thiago on Wildcard. His fixtures
Yeah,
are Chelsea away. He has Chelsea away, Villa
yeah,
away, Newcastle away, and Arsenal in the next 5. You're
yeah.
gonna pick
Because I
him.
think I think Ekitike is gonna become a sell for him. That's why.
He will, yeah, but I know that he's a 2 week punt.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm saying is because I think if you're on wildcard stock, someone like Thiago, you don't necessarily have to play him every week. Like because Tavernier and Creepy is such a luxury options for you, you could swap them around. Lacroix can come in as well. You got Anderson as well for the good fixtures. You could potentially bench him one of the tough fixtures. Like okay, Forest is not exactly a tough fixture. Like they've been quite poor defensively, right? Like we expected Dash to be a better defensively, but he's been conceding for fun, right? Now Chelsea under this new manager, from what I've seen so far, I'm not convinced that you're a strong defense with him. Um, I don't think that's a bad fixture for him personally. Newcastle away is a tough fixture. I agree. Villa away is a tough fixture. If you could
Arsenal
somehow navigate those two, does
as
he play
well.
Arsenal as well,
Arsenal
Thiago?
as well. Yes, Arsenal in 26.
Flipping out, man. Yeah, this is too much to navigate. This is too much.
Bro, he's
Yeah,
not picking
yeah,
Thiago on Wildcard. It's not happening.
Bro,
yeah,
I have the lux.
yeah,
I've picked a lot of robust long-term picks. I've planned like you only can roll up to 5 free transfers, so you need to use transfers somewhere. And I just think for me, if I want to captain Ekitike, I think he's worth
yeah,
having roll into 2, moving, and then after seeing what Chelsea look like under Rosinha,
yeah. Uh,
he's my cash cow for either Palmer or
no, I
Enzo
get it. I think I take it back about Thiago. The fact that he's got Arsenal, Villa, and Newcastle away. This guy cannot be dunking
and
on us, bro.
Chelsea.
This guy cannot be dunking on us, bro. I promise. If it, oh my
Listen,
god, bro.
you've got to take out. Listen, when you're in this rank, you have to take calculated risks.
Mm.
And if you don't think this is an opportunity to take on Thiago when you're on a wild card when he has these fixtures, then what's the point of even having a brain? Like I don't. There's no
I
way he's in my
100%
wild
agree.
card. No chance.
So just for Stock's perspective, I've been running wildcard solves all week for him on FPL Review, the analytical model. And today, this morning, put it up. I put the double, and it spit out this one on the left. The first time it has suggested a non-double Arsenal defense wildcard with Saka and Rice. I've set the double in stone, and it's really hot on a Saka Gabriel Rice trio. I guess it's looking at just the set piece guys. Get the set piece guys. And then it's gone Sanchez with Kelleher. So it's a little bit more expensive, but I have checked. I believe Stock can afford this team. It's gone really cheap on 2 of the defenders. Romero, you're going to sell to Joachim Anderson in this path later down the line. But on the team on the right, I'm showing you the bus team for a double game week 26 without any transfers used. So that's kind of how it would look. It does like Mane as well for the double stock. But midfield looks really similar to yours. It's just Enzo's in there. It takes a punt on Virgil. They love Virgil, and honestly, I've said it to you. I do like the Liverpool fixtures, right?
I don't care. I'm not having Virgil van Dijk.
No, I know. I
Secondly,
understand
Matthias Mane is a great pick. I'd like him if I was bench boosting in 26, but he's someone who blanks in 31, so he's someone that you have to deal with a free transfer. And like I said,
yeah.
I don't want to do that on Matthias, a 4.5 million.
It was really
like
close in terms of like expected points between him and Creepy. It's like 0.1 difference, so it's basically the
Can
same.
I understand? Can you, you as the review guy, Benjy, as I said, when it comes to the review, I do ask you and what the analytical community is thinking. What is the analytical community's thoughts behind Enzo Fernandez? He is my boy. I love him as a footballer. Keyword footballer. I did not love him as an FPL asset when I know that Reece James can come in and take the set piece away from him, and Cole Palmer can come in and take the pens away from him, and the fact that he's going to be playing a deeper role most likely based on what I've seen now. And he doesn't get DEFCON. So what is it that the analytical community see in Enzo Fernandez that I'm not seeing?
Look, it's partly XGI. He's got the most XGI out of all midfielders in the game. And that's as a 6'4" asset. You know, his minutes have been pretty strong. Look, none of the Chelsea guys have played all the games. None of them. Every single one's missed games. Neto's missed games. Enzo's been benched. Cucurella's been benched. They've all been benched except for Chalobah. So if you're looking at nailedness, I still think Enzo's one of those guys. I don't know if Stock agrees with that. And also, if we're looking at the spacing, like Stock said, if Palmer's going to miss Burnley in 26, right? Because if they get the extra games in the Champions League, if they don't make top 8, they're going to have basically after Burnley, they're going to have extra games. So If he misses
27
Burnley,
though,
you'll
isn't
get Enzo on pens, which is
Okay, can I
part of the
just
upside.
come back on that? By the way, did we not just learn a lesson with Soboslai, right? Who just because he was on pens, people jumped on him, and then his good fixture run. And yes, he was on pens and he played and he still blanked, right? I'm not saying the same thing would happen with Enzo, but at least Soboslai had like other routes to points like free kicks and set pieces and things like that, right? You're taking on an asset who's playing a deeper role without DEFCON, without set pieces when Reece James is there, and like not potentially no penalties if Cole Palmer is playing at least 70 or 80 minutes. I don't understand why we're buying Enzo Fernandez. If it's just purely expected minutes and the fixtures, right? Okay, I could give you a nice alternative. Rodgers is there. He's expected minutes as high as anybody, right? And he's playing much more of a better advanced role. Why is Rodgers being slept on? Is it because that he blanked the last 2 game weeks? But his fixtures are still good, similar to Enzo Fernandez, as I'd argue.
No, they like
So,
Rodgers. They don't love
but
Rodgers,
I don't see
but
I don't see him in your wildcard
but
or this whatever this
it's a
you generated, mate.
1.5 million
I,
difference in price, right?
I think I got caught in this trap where I'm on Wildcard 22 and I felt like, oh my gosh, my edge is Chelsea. Look at the fixture run. I kind of got caught in that mindset of, right, what's my Chelsea triple up going to be? Who am I going to go for? I think that's a dangerous trap. I think it is literally Russian roulette at the moment with Chelsea Football Club. Can Enzo play in the pivot a deeper role? Yes, if he does, he's competing with Caicedo, Santos, Reece James, Lavia when he's fit. If he's playing as the 10, he's competing with João Pedro. He's competing with Palmer if he wants to play Palmer as the 10. Like, I just think the information gain from the next 4 fixtures, Champions League and Prem, is more important than going early. Like, take a 2-week punt on nice fixtures and then reassess. Like, there's no harm in that, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Review
Go for more robust picks elsewhere.
has Virgil van Dijk and Romero.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need
So
to know.
and they
Okay.
were pushing. So they basically their plan is like when Anderson's run starts, which I believe Joachim Anderson, by the way, which is the entrance. I believe they like the entrance of 27 is when you move off Romero. But for Stock's team, he can just put Lacroix there if he wants Lacroix and play Lacroix. Lacroix's fixtures are fine. So
I
if
just
you
want
make
to
that
say this is a
swap,
garbage
like,
wildcard by the review. This is a garbage wildcard from review. Just want to say.
I think the
FYI.
midfield is
Isn't
really
Tottenham-
nice.
Isn't Tottenham's fixtures only good in the next 2 though?
They're okay. They're okay, but it's reviews. If you look at the rotation for that particular team that reviews
Benjy, let's call a spade, right? They play West Ham and Burnley, yeah? 2
Yeah.
good fixtures next, and then after that, they're garbage. You said that they want to sell in 27, right? 20.
Yeah.
So from 24, 25, 26, 27, it's Man City, United, Newcastle, Arsenal. They are trash. Why would you waste a transfer on a defender spot as opposed to, like I just said, take Enzo out, take a punt on a midfielder, go for Anderson from now. Don't waste a transfer on a defender. If Anderson gets DEFCON anyways in bad fixtures.
Yeah.
Information gained from Chelsea.
No, I agree.
Romero
I
on
agree with
wildcard.
you.
Criminal.
No, it is
I think that's
criminal. I
criminal.
wouldn't. Listen. I'm not. I didn't change this. I've taken what they've put as the solve and I've put it on the screen. That's it.
I know.
It's West Ham without
I'm not
Mateus
getting it.
Fernandez, Paqueta, and Mavropanos,
Well,
and then it's Burnley. So
all right, Benji.
You're defending it though. You're
I'm
defending
just
it though.
saying, Benji.
well,
did
it's
do it, but you're
okay, bro. It's
condoning
not
it.
that bad.
Benji,
It's okay.
Benji,
It's a
Benji,
pun,
Benji.
bro. It's a pun.
All I'm saying is this, right? The word on the street is review is washed. That's the word on the street. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so how come I see Rice in there? Is it washed? Yeah.
Listen, that one I didn't see before. Why are they recommending Rice all of a sudden?
Bro,
You see,
he
these
popped
guys,
up
they
in
love
this.
pushing the
I
goalpost.
promise you, Kayman, I've been solves all week. It's been Saka, Gabriel Timber, Saka, Gabriel Raya. Today,
But
I put the
yeah.
double in, and it's Saka, Rice, Gabriel. Every single
Thank you.
solve now.
Thank you. That's because they're pushing the goalpost. Now they're willing to buy a DM who doesn't have penalties, who's got some decent DEFCON and set pieces. They're willing to do it now. I don't understand how Enzo Fernandez is in there ahead of Rodgers. I don't get it.
Bro,
I don't
Enzo
get it,
Fernandez is a good pick. Let's move to the midfielders. Enzo Fernandez, he's averaging 0.57 MPXGI per 90. You at 6'4".
Under Rosinha though.
Well,
Not
yes,
under
that's
Rosinha.
true. But even if you want to say he was playing deep, bro, I saw for Garnacho's first goal, when the guy who's actually in the box for the header on Ben White is Enzo fucking Fernandez. He got into the box. He box crashed again, and he's not going to play that deep under Rosinha. right?
I can't reinforce this point enough. Honestly, I can't. We have to watch Chelsea play the next 4 games and then make an informed decision, because this Rosinha guy's tactics are all over the place. Against Arsenal, the scoreline flattered us. We could have conceded 5 goals in that game. I'm telling you. So, yeah, man, I think we're in a dark place as a club, and I don't care how good the fixtures are.
Mm.
I can't reinforce, like, just please be patient and just watch us. I think you'll gain a lot of information.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. We'll come into midfielders now,
No
and
need. Brentford and Palace aren't even that good fixtures anyway.
yeah,
There's no rush.
no, I agree. I'm with you on that. I don't think, now that I look at it, I don't really love the early entrance on Chelsea. I think information is more important. Kayman, Matthias
Uh-huh.
Cunha is a sell this week. Who are your favorite replacements for him?
I know everyone is saying Matthias Cunha is a sell. It's like the worst thing that has ever happened. But us buying Cunha, like I don't know if he's a sell, bro. I don't think he's like a sell like that. You have to sell him. I don't think the City is that tough of a fixture for an attacker. And I don't like, especially because now the Guardiola's injured, Rodri's still getting managed minutes, and Nico is not there. Like they played Nico O'Reilly instead of Nico Gonzalez in midfield in the thingy Carabao Cup, right? Fair enough, they beat Newcastle 2-0. Like they had a very good performance.
Mm.
But what I would say is, now that Ahmad is back and Bimo is back, now that we've got Shesko, now that we've got Bruno back, Cash back with a new manager, we're at home, we're playing our arch nemesis in rival Man City. Can Cunha get a goal? He can. Absolutely, he can get a GA. I don't think Cunha is like a must sell. I think because we're on the fence with Chelsea in terms of whether to get Cole Palmer or Enzo Fernandez, X, Y, and Z, right? Because we're on the fence about other assets. I think if you had to hold off and roll this week, I don't think it's the worst thing on the planet. I think Cunha is perfectly fine to start versus City. I think his minutes will be good, and I think there's a potential for him to get a return. But of course, if you've got a bunch of free transfers and you want to improve your team and be optimal, fair enough, you can do that. But I'm someone on the bit of a fence right now, and I'm not sure who to bring in, and I may even roll this week. If I'm being
Okay,
honest,
but
Benjy.
if you had to sell him, and if people are asking you for your best replacement, who's the people
Yeah.
you would look at?
I think I've just mentioned it earlier on the wildcard, but I think I would have Rodgers. I'd consider Rodgers. Enzo is, of course, because of the fixtures, but in terms of positioning and things like that, I'm not sure. But purely from fixtures play, Enzo Fernandez. But my shortlist will be Rodgers, Wilson, and Tavernier. That'll be my shortlist.
Cool. Stark, obviously, you have Antoine Semenyo on your wild card. If somebody has a City spot open, could he be consideration for them, do you think, as a Cunha replacement?
Depends. If you're wildcarding in 24, you want a 2-week punt, then I think it's a good punt. Pictures are good, and I think he's a big goal for it. But if you're looking for a long-term player, then maybe perhaps not, because there's some question marks around him. Will he be nailed? Like, there are a lot of good attackers in that team.
Yeah. It's just purely because of what you said about the Champions League. He's not eligible to play the last 2 games of a group stage, so that basically kind of boosts his minutes for the next 2-3 Prem games, at least the games around those 2 Champions League. So I guess it would be a short-term play. If you're looking long-term, I'm gonna say it again, guys. Target number 1 is Declan Rice. If you have an Arsenal spot, get him for Cunha this week. I think Tavernier is one of the best market opportunities all season, considering his minutes are nailed. He's got a decent DEFCON rate. He's on one whole side of corners. He scored a free kick against United. He's on free kicks, and now he's got penalties. So you're getting a lot for that 5-5 price. And if you come to the fixture ticker over the next 11 weeks, Bournemouth are actually top, right? Because their run is
What
pretty
about
good.
Bruno G, by the way? What about Bruno G?
Too late, I think. It's too late for Bruno G.
The man has had the most double-digit haul out of anyone in terms of midfielders this season. He had 7
Don't they
double-digit
come
haul.
at home? Aren't a lot of them at home, though?
I want to double
Am I
check if they're
mistaken?
home or away, but he's had the most double digits out of anyone. He's got Wolves still left. I mean, his fixtures are not horrible. I think he's still someone that could be viable. Like he's got Wolves, Villa is not easy, of course. Liverpool, okay, tough, but then Brentford, Tottenham are calm. Then City, and then fixture on change again.
Yeah, I just wouldn't go there if I was looking to buy him in, because they've got 4 away games in the next 6, and I think Newcastle are at home. I'm fairly confident most of those hauls have come at home. So
Yeah, he is a bit
just
of a
one to
home
monitor, I
merchant.
suppose.
He is a bit of a home merchant. Tavernier, like I said, Tavernier is the cheap option. Wilson, do you think it's a bit late to buy stock for Wilson? 13 returns this season. He's in the top 5 out of all positions for GA.
His fixture just
It's
turned
not too-
now, actually.
Yeah, it's not too late, I don't think, for Wilson, in my opinion. I think he's a great pick.
I mean, Leeds, let's see the fixtures, sorry. Fulham, Leeds, Brighton, good fixtures. United, defensively are poor, so I'd say that's a good fixture. Everton is a good fixture. City, tough. And then Sunderland, Tottenham, West Ham. Like, his fixtures are just good up
Yeah.
until 31.
And in the blank game week, he has one of the best fixtures as well.
There we go. Bang.
So yeah, you can also look at him. His EO's high as well if you want to play a protective game. I like him. Sabozlai is a bit late to buy. In terms of Bruno Fernandes Kayman, it's time to discuss him. I know you don't want to, but he is back on the menu now, right? He's back on the menu.
Why don't I want to discuss Bruno Fernandes?
No, I don't know. I thought you're not his biggest fan.
I've noticed earlier you've recommended that you said if you have an Arsenal spot open that I'd recommend that you get Rice now.
Yeah.
Weren't you the same person that was telling us earlier in the season, Rice, what? He's just a DM. He's not gonna keep this up. If you want, go buy him. Like you were being hella sarcastic. Now all of a sudden you're over here, hella serious with serious face, with conviction.
Listen,
buy this
Kayman,
DM.
If I didn't take the new, listen, I thought with Rice, he's had a nice hot spell. He's gonna slow down, but he hasn't slowed down. So, and I've come to a point and realized when you have the best set piece delivery in the entire league, who's hitting 40% DEFCON, look at the DEFCON hit rate on the right-hand side. All of that's updated for the last 21 weeks. Nobody in the top 3 brackets has even close to 40% DEFCON hit rate. So if you add that with the set pieces, with the minutes you get for Arsenal, the clean sheet points, bro, the guy can do 1 assist, DEFCON, and a clean sheet point. He's into 11 points with bonus. So I can't sleep on this guy anymore. If you have an Arsenal spot open, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to bring in Declan Rice.
His EO, yeah, if you're in a high rank, his EO must be ridiculous.
Yeah. In terms of Bruno Fernandes, look, I think I've seen quite a few thread by the content creators, actually, the big ones as well, not mentioning names. Like they're saying now that Bruno Fernandes is going to play much more advanced, I'm not too sure about him under new manager, X, Y, and Z. How the fact that DEFCON is going to lose it and that's going to have an impact, 9 million, there could be better options. All this narrative, right? At the end of the day, when you guys were buying Bruno Fernandes for 9 million back then, right? You guys weren't buying him for DEFCON. You guys were buying him because he was on penalties that has potential to get DEFCON. At the end of the day, he's not changed. And to be honest, like everyone just overhyped his DEFCON. He's only had what? 8 DEFCON points or 6 DEFCON points?
8 DEFCON points. 4 hits
8
in
DEFCON
18.
points, right?
4 hits in 19.
Yeah, so that's like 2 assists. Like that's not end of the world. No. Even if he loses that, like ultimately you're buying Bruno Fernandes for GA.
And also they're assuming he's gonna play for. I've run a ton of Carrick, and apparently they're saying Cunha might suit his 10 a bit more than Bruno. Play Bruno behind. He likes to play box midfields as well with a diamond. So if Bruno plays on the left or the right, bro, DEFCON's still on the table. And like, I don't care about DEFCON. Where Bruno's got most of his points this season is through set piece GA, whether dead ball GA, pens, corners, free kicks. That's his bag. That's where he's getting the points. Nothing's changed on that. So
yeah, I think his entry point is not this week though. I think I'll jump on him if I had to. Is 24 personally for me.
Yeah,
I think that will give me enough time to watch United and see how we play. Here, gone. Stop.
Are you worried about the fact that he supposedly is unhappy and wants to leave?
I mean, even Enzo Fernandez is unhappy, but things can change. When winning cures all illnesses, bro. If we start winning, he's probably going to change his mind. But ultimately, even if he leaves, I don't mind. Like his time has come to an end.
Of course you wouldn't mind, mate.
Like, his time to come to
I do think there's a bit of a difference though, because the club actually wanted to sell him, no, and Bruno to turn it down.
So this is the perspective on Bruno Fernandes. There was 2 weeks where Saudi offered him a huge amount of money, and he thought about it. He thought about it for 2 weeks, but Ruben Amorim convinced him to said, stay here, stay with the project. We'll push for Champions League football. You'll get two more seasons, World Cup year, stay. He stayed, Amorim's gone. He's 31 years old. Next season, a manager's coming in. If we don't get Champions League, he's gone. Because why would he start a new project? The ownerships and Amorim basically promised him, yes, this is going to be it for, the remainder of your career. They've sacked him. What, a new manager's going to come in and he's going to play? It's another rebuild for him? I don't see it.
Do you think that could impact his? Don't you think that could impact his performance? Like the motivation to play
Not for Bruno, just because he's so like under every single manager he's given 110%. I don't think that changes for Carrick. He gives everything for the badge, and I think also he'll know that it's probably his last season. And the fact that he's unhappy, I see him after the World Cup. I think he'll go Saudi, and it's gonna be his last hurrah. One game a week for him to focus on, like, and he'll make the push for Champions League. I don't think we'll get it, but I don't really see that having too big of an impact on his performances. No. Cool. Final point is going to be on Cole Palmer stock. You are making a very good point about the Burnley fixture in 27. Why don't you go ahead and take away why you think a bit of patience is probably the best way to deal with Palmer?
Well, he's got a thigh strain. It's not a groin strain, which is what kept him out for a long parts of the season. I think he trained today. Hopefully, he'll train tomorrow. And yeah, all fixtures coming up. If you give yourself, because the reason why I do want him is because if he does play these games, man, you've got a good captain alternative from Haaland, because Haaland's fixtures in this run aren't good for captaincy, in my opinion. But that's why I want Palmer, because that armband, don't go for Palmer. This is the thing. If you don't have Palmer or Saka in your team, who are you going to captain in this run? You're just going to perma stick it on Haaland?
No. So my
What are you going to do?
my path is like, okay, so 25 is going to be Saka. 26 going to be Saka again, right, for the double. Brentford Wolves. 27, the thing is, that's why the 27 fixture for Burnley is a reason why the Burnley minutes are so important for Palmer, because that's the week where he's a clear standout, right? If you don't get that, then what's the point of having him? Because you can go Haaland or Saka or Bruno in 24. You can go Saka or Bruno in 25. You're going to go Saka in 26 for the double if you have him. Then 27, it's probably back to Haaland if you don't go Palmer, right? So I just don't really see, if he misses that game, he actually loses a lot of appeal for me. A lot.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we win both. Hopefully we get top 8. Boom, Palmer's an option. I doubt it. I really doubt it. Because there's teams above us that also need to win both. And I think it would take a miracle.
Yeah.
We're talking Doctor Strange 1 in a million versus Thanos type shit.
Let's see. Napoli away. Yeah, you ain't winning at Napoli, I don't think. But I guess we'll have to see. Kayman, what's your plans for captaincy over sort of 20, not 22, but sort of like 23, 24 onwards, the next like 24 to 27? What's the thinking for you?
Well, I have Saka for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna rely on him if I ever need to go somewhere of an alternative in terms of premium wise. And I mean Salah is back as well. I mean, what's Liverpool's fixtures looking like? You don't even have Liverpool's fixture on here. How disrespectful are you?
What?
Can you go back?
He does have Liverpool. He
Wait.
does have Liverpool's
Oh,
fixtures.
sorry, my bad. Okay. I was gonna say your agenda's got the best of you, but listen, Salah's back the goal is back. So if I need to consider and bring in Salah as an alternative, I would do that as well. But I think
To captain in versus Sunderland and City and Newcastle.
I mean Sunderland, Forest, West Ham. I mean Sunderland just got exposed by Brentford. Like they this is the first time they got literally mollywopped. So they can be smoked, especially away from home. So
Yeah, but they're
26.
playing
I
at
mean,
home.
yeah, he's alternative. Oh, fair enough. Then that's tough. I mean, 27. I could go Salah. Forest. Are they playing at home, Liverpool?
No.
No. Okay. Looks like Salah.
Buy him, Kayman. Go on, buy him.
Buy
Buy
him.
your lover
Buy
boy
him, bro.
Salah.
Yeah.
Go
Buy
on.
him. I dare you, bro.
Go on, closet Liverpool fan, aren't you? You're a
I'm
closet
trying
Liverpool
to
fan.
figure out when I'm going to captain Salah, but like you guys are making good points. It's difficult. Yeah, maybe Salah is not the alternative. But okay, Saka is there at least, so I have Saka
Yeah,
for now.
Saka covers 25, 26. From 26 onwards, he's you can drop him, no problem.
I've got an interesting stat about Saka.
No.
I learned today.
What's no? What's that,
100,
bro?
100, 136 goals scored. So Arsenal's last 136 goals, Saka's scored 10. 7% goal share.
Yeah. So, but that's also factoring he missed 3.5 months last season, right? So That's also going to be factored
So
in. Don't bring your narratives
Those are
here.
the numbers. Those are the numbers someone like a Garnacho or like someone like a Neto or Anthony to get. You know, like Anthony. You know what I mean? Those are the numbers you expect those guys to get. Madueke. These are Madueke numbers, by the way. These are not numbers of a star boy, of a talismanic asset or a player for a championship team, like a winning a Premier League team or a Champion League team. Yeah, this is literally that's a role player number right there. Role player's number. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I don't disagree. He needs to do better. Very soon. Very, very soon. Cool. We'll move into forwards quickly. And this is the reason why I don't think forward moves make a lot of sense. By the way, guys, I do have Bowen on penalties here because we've had news that Paqueta's a big doubt for the Tottenham game. So Bowen should be on pens for 22 at least. Ollie Watkins, Daniel Marlin came in. He's joined AS Roma. They are linked with Tammy Abraham from Besiktas, but it looks like Ollie Watkins' minutes should be pretty solid over the next sort of patch. Any interest?
I mean, if you don't go Rogers, Watkins is the next one, isn't it? If you want to utilize their fixture run, I think if you go Katike, is someone that you can definitely consider now that his minutes are much better, and potentially hope that he gets a penalty. Maybe you don't want him to take a penalty at the same time because he's really bad at it. But yeah, he's someone that would be an option.
Yeah. Krupi or Mane?
Krupi, if they don't sign any other striker, because Ronaldo is injured now.
Okay, stock.
the appeal of Mane is literally the double game week.
Yeah.
For me. But if you've got your wildcard in your back pocket, maybe Mane. But if you're like me and you're planning to, if you have to make that decision on a wildcard in 24 or now, I'd probably go Krupi because I don't want to have to use a transfer on Mane in 31. In the blank.
One thing about
I
Krupi
think
though,
Krupi,
regardless if they sign someone,
Baller.
he will still get some minutes stock. No.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he's a great player. He had a great season last season in the French League too. What's his? Isn't he got like a crazy stat like 7 goals and 30 shots or something?
Yeah. He's got like he's or like
Nuts, bro.
some
He's
some ridiculous. Yeah.
What I would say
They're
with
the
Krupi
kind.
is that if they bring in another attacker, right now I have 7 out of the next 9 I expect him to start. But if they get another attacker, I'd expect it to go down to around 4 or 5 starts in the next 9. That's how I would say it. Go ahead, Stock.
Mane's the safer option. The double, like you said, he's definitely probably more likely nailed. But yeah, I believe in Krupi as a player. I think Bournemouth are the kind of club that promote these kind of young superstars up and coming.
Yeah.
So surely Krupi's that player for them.
We
At what point is he going to be?
We've seen they did that what they did with Dango last season. They've given Dango like a big chunk of games as well last season when he had his breakout season. So
I just wanted to highlight also with Bournemouth that I understand Semenyo has left. That's also a factor to consider. But Bournemouth sitting 6th for non-pen XG this season. From open play, they dropped, but they're still in the top 10. Pretty close to the sort of top 6. And from set pieces, they're sitting 5th from set piece XG. They're one of, I think it's 5 or 6 teams who have scored 10 plus goals from set pieces, excluding penalties. So the likes of Tavernier and Krupi, I still expect them to do well without Semenyo. Krupi's also scored a brace he scored a set piece goal against Palace, I believe. And I think he scored another one. He definitely did score another one this season. Because I remember he's very good at sniffing out chances, Krupi. We'll move into defenders now. Stock, we'll start with you. Chelsea. Let's say somebody really wants a Chelsea defender. If you had to give him one name, I know you've said you want the info, but who would that one name be, do you think?
I have to give caveats for them. If Chalobah was nailed, it would be Chalobah. His DEFCON's great. His aerial threat's good and we're good from corners. And he's most likely nailed. However, that's not the case. Apparently we're in for Rosinha wants a centre back because, as we saw last night, they cannot play his style of play and pass out the way he wants to. Yeah. So, sign us centre back. His place is up for grabs. So, I'm avoiding Chalobah. Cucurella, in my opinion, probably the most nailed. If you've got a strong bench, like I have, where you have 5 playable defenders, I don't see the downside to picking a Cucurella or Reece James because if they miss one game, you're most likely going to know based on the game he's played before, because it's quite obvious when Reece James is going to get benched due to minutes.
Yeah.
Like he only ever gets benched if he's played 2 games in a week. So if you go there with Cuckoo or James, you can always just bench them for your Lacroix or your Anderson.
Yeah, 100%. I have the wrong sheet up. I don't know. I put the wrong slide.
Gusto's an option as well. I think I think he's going to be our right back, and if he is, he's an option. He'll be bombing forwards, overlapping.
Hold up. Let me just change this because I got the wrong defenders up. Okay. There we go. Bang. Okay, so this is the one that's updated for this week. I forgot to change it, but yeah. So now I've got all the Cucurella and everyone in. The interesting things for me to look at is, yeah, Gusto's quite attacking. I'm surprised to see him sitting on 10 GA plus clean sheets this season, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, there's a few interesting defenders here. Cash, the models are really high on Cash, and I get it. He's on set pieces. Same with Reece James and Lewis Hall. Any interest in Reece James? He's having a great FPL season. I didn't realize that. Kayman, any interest in Reece James?
I do have an interest.
Are you trolling?
No?
Yeah, clearly you're trolling.
Cool, bro. Cool. I was just it's okay. He is interesting though. Yeah.
I'm interested in him. Like I said, I think his benchings are quite ominous. Like I think you can tell when he's going to get benched due to minutes in a week, because he's the best player in our team.
By the way, I just wanted to bring up a point as well. If you own O'Reilly, the guy is a sell in the next few weeks. Get him gone. Okay? Because number 1, Ake's played left back. We've seen that. Number 2, Nori's back. He just got assist off the bench for Newcastle. Number 3, he's not going to be playing regular midfield minutes in the Premier League. So if you have O'Reilly, he's a sell in sort of the next 2, 3, 4.
I
don't
disagree.
think he gets Wolves.
I disagree.
Personally, but yeah. I think he's
I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree.
I
don't think O'Reilly just so.
Why? Why do you disagree?
Because the Guardiola is not there, and I think Ake can play left back, but he's not a first choice left back for them.
Yeah, but everyone was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go O'Reilly because Aït-Nouri's gone," but Aït-Nouri's back now. He's fit. So what?
No, Aït-Nouri's back. That's fine. He's got Aït-Nouri's competition, but he benched Aït-Nouri for like 15 or 16 game weeks straight, or however long. Like he started the first couple of games, and after that he benched him for how many weeks in a row? So
I think like 6 of those game weeks were due to injury. 6 or
he was
7.
back.
Yeah,
to be honest, he had an injury.
No,
he had an injury.
He had an injury, and then when he came back, I don't think they wanted to risk him for AFCON. His first appearance was like 45 minutes in the Champions League, and he got hooked at half time.
I mean, or like obviously Aït-Nouri is very phenomenal talent. I do worry about him, but I think, yeah, man, I don't know. You can sell him, but I think I'll keep him for Wolves at least before I sell him.
Yeah, if you need to keep him for the next year, that's fine. I'm just saying longer term, his lifespan's dead because Aït-Nouri's back. He will not get every start in the Prem. It won't happen. But yeah, cool. Okay, it's time for captaincy. My favorite section. I've got 4 options here. I did sneak in Palmer at the end because we got the clearance today that he is training. His last start was 10 days ago, so he should be okay to come through in this one, but obviously minutes, no guarantees there. I made this one before we got news of the thigh injury, so if you have to ask me Palmer's predicted minutes now, I'd probably drop him into like 70s, in and around there, just because I don't know. I think Haaland's the only one guaranteed 90 minutes this week, considering they have Bodo away. His turnaround's not great, though. His turnaround's not great. He's returning 1 of 2 starts at Old Trafford. His last one was a nice 16-pointer a few seasons ago. Saka has a good record against Forest overall. Away from home, he did score in his last appearance there. First thoughts, guys, before I move into the captaincy data. First feelings here.
Finally, you learned your lesson and you put Saka's minutes down to 77 instead of 90. Good boy.
Don't say that. No, that's disrespectful. We're not. That can't run, bro. That can't run.
That's your boy.
Who's it disrespectful?
That's your boy, no?
Who's it disrespectful? Who's it disrespectful to, Benji? You or Saka?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Me. Good boy, bro.
But listen, we had a whole argument last week, right, or the week before, 2 weeks ago, whatever. When you put Saka in the 90 minutes, right, and I did tell you, listen, He's not a 90-minute man, bro. Madueke says hi, bro. So I appreciate you for being honest there and, putting his minutes down to less than 90. So
Okay.
thank you.
Cool. And
I see the debate this week.
it is. So Haaland's kickoff is Saturday, 12:30. He is the early kickoff this week. And if you know me, I do like my kickoff times. I don't think they're the most strong trend. I don't think they're the trend that you should really lean into. But Haaland's underperformance in the early kickoff is serious. He's blanked the last 5 consecutive away starts in the lunchtime kickoff, and it's the last 6 if you include home and away. He only has 1 game with 2 or more returns in 12 or 13 early kickoffs. So it's really, really poor. He did blank in his last one, Nottingham Forest away. Any consideration here, guys, for taking him on?
Yeah. Because you said Haaland's early kickoff is not very good, right, Benja?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So what's in terms of like when you say very not good, like has he blanked almost every early kickoff?
So in front of you, I have all of his early kickoff starts away from home in his entire Prem career. Those are all of them. From the bottom is the most recent, and the top is the latest. They're ordered categorically through like recency.
Okay.
So for instance, yeah, you get what I mean.
So, but if you look at these fixtures though, right? If we're just being honest, right? Those fixtures are tough fixtures, Benji. Except for Wolves. Like Wolves, he returned, and Palace, he returned, but the Palace was tough. United, he blank. Newcastle, Villa, Forest, these are tough, no? Like they're good defense.
So
Fulham
United away is not a tough fixture.
No, I'm saying that one fair enough. Like, but I think the other ones like Villa and Forest and Newcastle.
There's two things. There's two like common denominators here. It's the fact that they were all away.
Yeah.
And they're all at 12:30. So finding the cause and effect is difficult to establish because there's 2 different factors. We all know how big home and away impact is.
True.
Yeah.
True. He's also fatigued as well as Pep
Like
says,
I
he's
said,
quite
if you filter in home, it looks even worse.
Oh wow.
If you guys are subscribed to the Patreon, you'll see my analysis this week. Home and away. Yes, he has a brace there against Everton in one season. Apart from that, that's it. And it's a run of 6 consecutive games in early kickoffs, home and away, where he hasn't scored yet. So, yeah, something to consider. What I would say is something Stock said to me last season. I've brought it into my analysis this season. This is not the strongest trend. Do not make your decision off of this. Because let's say we get information tomorrow, Maguire's not ready to start, De Ligt's not ready to start, and you're seeing predicted lineups of Heaven and Lissandro Martinez. You're seeing Dorgu on the right against Doku, and you're seeing, Delo against Doku on the right, and Dorgu versus Semenyo on the left. I still think it's a great game for City.
No, I agree with you, and I was gonna ask you that same question, Benji. What's the latest on my boy De Ligt? What's happening there, and what's the latest on
still
Harry Maguire?
injured, back injury, and in terms of Maguire, he's been back in the squad for the last 2 games, hasn't played any minutes, so he's not match sharp. He's not match sharp.
Okay, so this is the problem. If you got Heaven at the back, and who else is the partner? Lissandro. Okay, I respect Lissandro, but I just don't think we have. Listen, I just don't think we have enough. Man. I just don't think.
Imagine Lissandro trying to beat Haaland to a header.
No, bro, I just don't think like.
Please,
yeah,
please,
bro.
I want to see that. Come on.
Listen, Stock, like the Ekatike captaincy is spicy on paper. It's nice, bro. But bro, if you look at that back line, bro, oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
What I would say about Ekatike is that its spacing's actually good. Like I thought it was Saturday, Tuesday. It's actually Saturday, Wednesday for Marseille. So it's not bad. And for sure he has the best fixture.
Benji, we're not captaining a guy just come back from an injury. I'm not gonna say that a guy just come back from an injury who's not guaranteed to get 90 minutes, not on penalties, not on set
won't get like
it's like
you won't get like
I'm choosing to ignore a fixture at United. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh man, it's a head scratcher, bro.
It's literally 70 minutes of open play versus the worst team in the league versus these 2 trends that don't bode well for Haaland, and he's in a poor run of form himself.
Damn, bro, you're tempting me, bro. You're tempting me with the Ekatike one.
If Palmer was fit and firing, I would be on him because I know Brentford's defensive stats, like just across the season, look good. But I've been looking across the last 6, splitting home and away. They're actually in the bottom 5 for most defensive metrics: XGC, XGC delta, shots on target conceded, big chances. So I still think this is a good game for Chelsea. And watching what I've seen limited amount of Rosinha, he seems like quite an attacking coach. He wants to press, he wants to transition quickly, and I think that bodes well for their attack. I think they've scored 7 goals
Bro,
in 2.
if you pay attention to what Rosinha likes to do and say, then you'll be bamboozled, bro. This guy thinks he's a philosopher. He talks like Dumbledore in the press conferences, bro. But I want to see some execution. I would not captain any Chelsea asset until I've seen enough.
No, and that makes sense. That makes
But
sense.
You got to think about it. He likes to invite pressure, right? So that he can break the line and then attack quick, like 5v4 situations. How can you get to that position when you've got Chalobah passing the ball?
No, I agree.
You can't. So yeah, just
So
wait and see.
The one thing that I wanted to highlight is that I don't know if Carrick's going to go straight into how he wants to play. He'll have a week with the guys to do something, but this quote that I read earlier, hopefully we can play really exciting football, be positive, express ourselves. I told you, he's a coach who loves to build out of the back, and if we're trying to build out of the back with Casemiro/Manu or Casemiro/Ugarte, and, you know, with City's press, I think we could be in trouble in that game. I don't personally have a good feeling for the derby. Some seasons I do, this season I don't. I don't know if Kayman agrees with that. And I think, unfortunately, due to lack of alternatives, and the minutes are key, because I don't think any of these guys are guaranteed 90, apart from Haaland. So, yeah, I don't have a good feeling for the derby.
Don't you think you should look at it from a rank perspective at this point, because it's a difficult decision, right? Haaland's probably going to be the most captain player. If you're in the top 100k, you probably captain Haaland, stick with the pack, let your other 10 players do the talking, right? If you're me or Kayman, who's outside the top mill, I'm personally leaning towards Ekatike.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and hope that there is a new manager bounce, and yeah, man, hope for a miracle, bro. But it's just something in me just says like Ekatike just doesn't have enough roots to punch, man. I'm just literally relying on sheer quality. You just need to be scoring world-class goals, basically.
This is the thing. City have drawn the last 3. I know City are unbeaten. They're 13, lost 13 all comps. So they are in a good patch, but it's 3 consecutive draws in the Prem. I don't think they can afford to slip up much more and give Arsenal more chances at pushing the gap. So this is a huge game for them. If they want to win the league, they have to win at Old Trafford. And I honestly look at our squad. I'm not confident in this game. It's why we're going back to a back 4 as well. You got to understand this. Under Amorim in big games, we played back 5s. We're going back to a back 4 now. So yeah, I think for me it's Haaland.
With Heaven at the back, I'm gonna captain Haaland, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but he played 45 minutes against Exeter. He didn't do anything. He played 90 minutes against Newcastle. He didn't do anything.
He's batting. He's in bad form. He's in bad form right now.
Yeah, good point, Stark. That's a good point, man. You're a good point.
But Exeter's back line's worse than United. He didn't do anything.
Stark.
Yeah.
If you captain a good,
no, but I'm just saying it from the perspective of when you've got Cherky, Foden, Semenyo, Doku, Reinders, all these players, they all want to score. Like it's like they all want a piece. Like what was Haaland joking with Semenyo, saying he's gonna
take his
golden boot.
It's not like, yours yet, bro.
Has there been a downtrend in Haaland's data? Like, I wish there was a graphic for Haaland's data in the
He's
last
not been
5
game fed
weeks,
recently, though. I've been watching Stark. He's not been game fed
Stock,
like
there has been a downtrend, and this is how I explain Haaland's data. Earlier in the season, he's getting 2-3 good big chances a game. Now he's getting 1, and he's missed them. Right? So Chelsea hits at the post. Sunderland, Foden gave him a cutback, missed it. He's not getting a lot of a volume of chances. He's getting few little ones and 1 good one, and then but some games he's just not even gotten chances, like Forest. I don't expect that to be the case against United. I think he'll get fed.
Was it mind games from Pep when he said Haaland's exhausted?
Yeah, I think.
Is he playing mind games? Because if Haaland's exhausted, it's another factor as to maybe why lazy execution on the shot technique or lack of like on his toes in the box to get there first before the defender. Like these things can impact getting bigger chances, right?
Yeah. Tuesday, Saturday turnaround for Haaland, 4 nights. It is in Manchester, obviously, so it won't be too much travel. Bodo Glimt, I think, is less important for City. I think that should be an easy win. But in terms of spacing, Ekatike actually does have the advantage. It's just minutes he doesn't, right? You need can Ekatike get the GA in 75 minutes? I think yes with the fixture, but that's a risk you're gonna have to take. Cool. Yeah. Any last words on captaincy, guys?
Worried.
Any outside
Do you know what's
shouts?
Yeah,
annoying?
my last.
Do you know what's annoying? Yeah, is
Okay.
last year at least Stark. Yeah, at least Palmer was there, Saka was there, and they were fit, and you could have captained and taken on Salah and be somewhat had somewhat hope. This season, you're taking on Haaland with Cunha, you're taking on Haaland with bums like just not talismanic assets, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're just taking on assets that just and hoping for a miracle. I'm just not convinced, bro. It's like, yes, Ekatike is an
Yeah.
asset that you can have. It's good to own. But because of the minutes, because there's no pens and as a striker, he gets less points for goals. Just because of all these reasons, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know if he's worth it, bro.
Yeah, but if Haaland's really knackered and exhausted, I just fear that maybe Semenyo could play up front for the last 15 minutes and Haaland gets a little 20-minute rest if the game's done and dusted. Like 2-0, that kind of thing. Who knows?
Because it's a
He
big
really
game.
is
Because it's a big game, yeah. Because it's United, I don't see him getting
No.
subbed off.
It would have to be like 3-0 or 4-0, and I'd take my chances that he's already had something, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because like Fulham, they were
Very
winning
true.
like 3 or 4, and he still stayed on. So like I don't see him getting subbed. Cool. We'll move into Kayman team selection. Talk to us, Kay.
My team selection, you started Mukiele ahead of Cunha. Wow, you're respecting City. I actually started on my team selection. I actually would have Cunha starting ahead of Mukiele, but
Okay.
yeah, I think I'm gonna roll, man. What do you guys think? Because I'm not necessarily sure that I want to commit to a midfielder now. Because say I commit to a Rodgers or I don't know a Tavernier is not a big commitment. It's like okay, he's nice, right? But
But you can get him
I
a
just
few
think
weeks anyways for same price.
yeah, I can get him there. That I can. He's like I'm never gonna be like in short of getting Tavernier. I can always get him. He's not like 10
Yeah.
million or 9 million like Palmer is and Bruno Fernandes is. I just want one more week of information for me to get a gist of okay what I really want to do because I think having 2 to 3 transfers or even 4 transfers come game week 24 when the not the template, but quite a few managers are potentially going to pop their wild card. I could also somewhat keep up with them with multiple transfers in hand. I think that's quite powerful. Some could look at that and say, okay, you're playing passive and you're sitting in millions. But I'm not convinced. Like, I'm not 100% convinced that Rodgers is the pick. I'm not 100% convinced Enzo is the pick. I'm not 100% convinced that Tavernier is the pick. He's nice. He's good, cheap, enable everything, all that shebang. But and I don't think City is like is Arsenal like in terms of defense. I think they're vulnerable. I think they can concede, and I think I would be happy to play him or even bench him this week as Benjy showed with Michele starting. So I'm probably gonna roll, man. So yeah,
I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's quite similar to what kind of I'm thinking for my team. Stock, would you do anything else here or no? Looks pretty good. Yeah. It's just basically his dilemma is like Cunha Mukiele.
I think it's a good week to roll Kayman.
yeah.
Cool. This is me. I have had 4 frees. I have 3 now. I've done 1 move. Minte to Tavernier after Minte was confirmed out of the FA Cup game on the weekend. So yeah, I'm just not willing to sit on him, even though I thought Bournemouth at home was a great fixture. I've just gone early for Tavernier. Yeah, the next 2 aren't great, but who knows? Maybe somebody could get bought. I want the pens now. I want the set pieces now. I want the minutes now, and I think he's a good asset. I am really open to using my frees and making some kind of swap this week. The issue is that I can't get to Bruno in 1 move. Now, what I can do is, if you look at my defense, I have exact money to do Timber to Gabriel. For 1 free. I have exact money, can do it tonight. He's rising. And I think I might do it. Because
Yeah, I'll do it.
I can't watch Arsenal set pieces without him any longer. Sorry, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm also open to taking him on, but yeah, I don't know. Taking him on for a few weeks. He's gonna come in eventually.
Do it, bro. His price is just going up.
Yeah, just bring him in, bro. Just bring him in. Yeah, because they're probably gonna double as well, right? So just load up on that. That's it.
You wouldn't
He's the
use
number
2
one
frees,
pick
right?
from us.
For Riot out.
No, I wouldn't get.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste 2 transfers on Gabriel after that. No, you don't want to do that.
Well, who would you bring? Who would you swap for Raya though? Because you've got your wild card in your back pocket. That's when you deal with Raya.
Yeah,
in my
that's what
opinion.
But you don't even
exactly.
need to deal with Raya though. Like he's fine. Like for blanks, he helps Benjy for the blank to manage the blank.
Yeah, I
And
know,
later
but he's
Wildcard
just a
helps him.
bum. That's all. But it's
Well,
okay. I
the
don't
fixtures
mind
are turning, mate. Fixtures are turning now.
Look, if you could give me a
be
wild
fair.
card right now, I'll tell you what I would do. I would go Gabriel, Rice, and Saka. That's what I would be on. And I know Arsenal defense is great,
because-
but the set pieces are better.
Yeah,
That's because you value
yeah.
Raya Saka captain.
Yeah.
But I personally think in a double where it's Brentford and Wolves, I'm gonna probably captain Gabriel.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's fine. That's more than fine.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool.
Hmm.
We'll head into peer pressure team review. Now, I just want to say first that I did not captain Saka. I wanted to go Haaland, and the guys were saying, "Oh, let's do it." Okay, so don't pin this on me.
I got something to play for the guys for the stream. He said, just for the viewers, right? This is for the viewers. If you could just listen for like a couple of seconds.
Saka being the second best, considering new managers, so we have no clue how
Second best, bro. Second best.
Mounts there who can take away minutes.
I'm not captaining a glorified right back who gets the AFCON points and lucky on goal assist, bro. I'm
You're
not
such
fucking
a
doing it,
hindsight
bro.
virgin.
What are you talking
Okay,
about, bro?
okay. Do you know what?
Oh my
Because
God.
Kayman just said that, I think I'm gonna. I just think it's gonna be comedy. Let's go for Saka because it's gonna be so funny.
Watch out this.
All right, cool.
What's this reaction right here?
Yes.
He said yes. He said yes.
Kayman, you can use.
He said yes,
Okay,
Bukayo.
wait,
Look.
hold on,
Yeah?
hold on,
Yes,
hold
there we
on,
go.
hold
There we
on.
go. Yeah, there we go. We got it.
See?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay, first
got him.
up. I get what it's exciting to take on the big EO guy. Okay, it's nothing more than that.
That's not the reason why.
my
that's not the reason why
my
we're
rankings
celebrating.
last week was Haaland first and Saka. Yeah, so don't let's not do
You
this now.
said, no. You said you wanted
No.
Saka captain, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro.
As always, guys, we're having a draw for a decision. If it lands on the name, you're out. Stock's out early doors. Come on,
Get this
man.
fraud Benjy out as well. Get this fraud Benjy out right now, bro. This fraud, bro. He doesn't deserve any decision. Remember, I got my decision banked. Remember, I didn't use my decision last week.
There's
Yes, I didn't use my decision. I got a bank. Don't try it. Don't try it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I got a
Get
decision bank,
in.
so yeah.
Come on. Get in. Yes,
you got a veto bank
man.
then.
Kayman's decision was captain and Saka. So
No,
like,
hell
come on,
no. It
Benji.
wasn't my
Okay,
decision.
so this is how the team's looking for the week. This is how the team's looking.
I'm gonna use my decision this week though. Ekitike cap. That's my decision done.
Stark veto that shit.
Ooh.
Get that out.
Ekitike
bro.
cap.
No,
That's
we're
my
not
that's
doing
my
that.
that's my decision.
No,
this
no,
week.
no, no, no,
Ekitike
no,
cap.
no, no.
Why would I veto that,
Ekitike
Benji?
cap.
That makes no sense.
Oh my god, we have too many players from Man City.
Ekitike cap. Ekitike cap from me. Ekitike
Okay,
cap. I said it.
we can discuss captaincy later.
No,
okay.
there's no discussion. That's my decision.
So
I'm making a decision.
there's two frees.
That's his decision, bro.
Wait, but he has
I'm
to get
making a
into the
decision,
lineup
bro.
first. He has to get into the lineup.
What?
What do you mean he has to get
What are
into
He
you
has to
the
get
lineup?
into the lineup, bro.
What
He's
are
on
you
the bench,
talking
bro.
about, bro?
I'm not using my
Get the
decision
hell
until he gets
outta
to the
here, bro.
lineup, bro. No
Get the hell
chance.
out of here,
not a
bro. Get the
No,
hell
not a
out of
decision,
here.
Benji.
somebody's got to use a
Ekitike.
decision
Get
on
out
that,
of
bro.
Bro, put my
It's not a
boy
decision.
Ekitike in the Ekitike
Ekitike.
cap right now. Put it on my decision, bro. If you're a man, veto it. I dare you to veto it.
I don't have any
Ekitike
vetoes. Oh
Let's
no.
go.
Okay, wait. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna forfeit my decision so I get my veto back, right? Because
Well, you don't get your veto back. That's your second one you've won. Don't try it. I'm on the ball, Benji. I'm on the ball, mate.
Don't try
on
it.
the
Don't
ball,
try it,
mate.
Benji. That's it. My decision done. Kalas. Allahu Akbar. Let's go.
Okay,
I win in
cool.
anyway.
I'll make my
Anyway, I
decision.
win.
Oh, how much do we have, man?
We've got a lot of frauds in this team.
Okay, I'm gonna bank my decision. So if I win one more, I'm not gonna make a decision here. So now it's up to the group to make the decision.
So it doesn't count towards your veto then. If you're going to bank the decision,
No.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
have
forfeit
that
it. I'm
much
gonna
dash of
forfeit it. I'm gonna forfeit
You
it.
have
I
to
meant.
forfeit, yeah.
exactly. So you don't have a decision then.
That's
So
it.
you
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
bank nothing.
Exactly. So it's gonna be group group decision on the
Yeah, group
transfers.
thing, yeah. And I mean, group wise, I think played for all 4 City players.
I think
That's my-
Cunha to Rice and O'Reilly out makes sense, right?
I don't think you need to take O'Reilly before Wolves.
Bro, one of the City guys got to go.
One of them has to go, Kayman.
And it's going to be O'Reilly. I'm not sitting on a... Bro, O'Reilly,
fair
he's
enough.
dead. He's dead, bro. He's gone, sorry. It's over.
Go for it. That's fine if you.
Cool,
I mean,
so,
I'm worried about.
Let's follow the analytics, shall we? No, I'm joking.
Because we can always move Anderson to Tavernier.
Benjy's trolling with Romero, by the way.
Who's the defender here? Defender.
I'd like this. Is what I'm saying, defender transfer is just waste of time, man. It's like,
What do you think,
wasting-
chat? What do you think? What do you think here?
waste of
Because
freaking-
I definitely want to do Cunha to Rice, right? That makes sense.
bro, defender transfers, man, it's so suboptimal, bro. I don't know what they're
Like
bro.
this. Okay, can we agree on Rice?
Yeah, I don't mind Rice.
Or
I
what
don't
do you
have an issue
think?
with
Do you
it.
think he's high up? We should go someone else. I'm open to any names, whatever. I just think Rice is.
Rice is fine, bro. Rice is fine. Rice, I'll definitely say Rice, yeah. But I just don't know about the.
We have 6 mil. We have 6 mil.
Should we not consider selling Foden if he's likely to get benched this week, though, Benji?
No.
Instead of O'Reilly.
No. He's not getting benched for the derby, bro.
Okay. If you say so.
Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
If you
but
say so,
okay,
but okay.
Maybe,
Um,
but it's okay. We can't react to that at the time. So, what defender?
What about Kukureya?
Ooh, that's a good shout. 6 mil. We have exact money. I'm happy. I'm down to do that. Kayman?
What are you doing? To Cucurella?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind Cucurella. Because I think he's nailed for Chelsea anyways.
We can't. So the chat saying, I see a few saying Timber. Someone said Ballard, Richards, or Lacroix. Okay.
No, just get the Chelsea, get there early.
Okay, chat, by the way, just remember, King, he just pushed your ideas to the side, yeah? At least I considered them. Cool. Are we happy with that, guys? Happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
We need some anchors in the defense. Like, we need some guys that need to start every week, and Cucurella and Gabriel is a good foundation, So, I'm not being dismissive of what they're saying. Those guys that they mentioned, they're like rotation piece. They're not like every week type of players,
Disgusting team. Are we gonna start Rodon or Anderson? Rodon's fit, by the way.
This is a good team, bro. I don't know why you're saying disgusting, bro. This team can get green easily this week, bro. Like, the only one that's a liability is Bukayo, bro. That's the one, bro. That's a glorified right back, 10.2 million wasted in the bin, bro. Absolute waste of money. I could
Okay.
fit the whole family. I could
So,
fit at least 3 or 4
can I-
families that come with that much money.
Is that
bro.
right? Yeah. So who was the
Fuck,
guy
he's a
who was on
starving
this
guy.
podcast? Who was the guy who was on this
Yeah.
podcast and sold Thiago before 6 returns? Yeah, because he wanted
Who's
them the
the
shiny
guy?
new toy. Who did
Oh.
that?
Who was the guy?
Who
Who was
did
the
that?
guy? Hold on.
Who was that, bro?
listen, no,
I
that
tried to
wasn't
help
me. That was
you.
someone else.
I said no.
that
Let's
was-
not
that
do
wasn't
it.
That wasn't me. That was someone else. Don't try. Don't put it on me. That was someone else. It was a guest that got a ticket. Don't try.
Who was it then?
I
It
don't
was
remember who the
Kayman,
guest
bro.
was,
He's
but
capping.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No,
bro.
now
Don't
you're
try,
being
bro. It was-
disingenuous. Don't do this now.
No, bro.
No, don't start.
Wow, he's being disingenuous.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't remember, bro. It could be me as well, but I saw it was a guest. But okay,
It
we'll
was
see,
it
though.
was you.
Now he's doubling down. Captain Ekatike is trying to claw back.
No,
those
I-
Yeah, he's
points
trying to
from
claw back the
Thiago.
points, bro. He's trying to claw. You can't claw it back. We've lost, bro. It's over.
Listen, Ekatike
Trying
is
to justify.
Ekatike is a shout, but listen, I not that even if someone else bought it, I would have supported it. So I'd claim him, bro. I like Ekatike, bro. I'm not
Sweet.
gonna shy away from it. Even if I bought him, that's even phenomenal, and I'm gonna captain him. And furthermore, I'm gonna climb the points back because you fuckers ain't never gonna captain Thiago. Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Aight?
Cool. We're gonna, guys, drop any questions you have. We're gonna take questions. We're head out soon. I saw somebody said my team for this week is Raya, Timber, Mukiele, O'Reilly, Saka, Bruno G, Cherky, Cunha, Ekatike, DCL, Holland, Cap 1 free transfer. That's an easy roll, bro. Listening to your team, easy roll. Maybe
We talk about Rogers quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you've got my wild card up, so that's why I want to talk about him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rogers
Brother.
is a pick who ultimately overperforms his XG by executing phenomenal strikes from outside the box, right? So with his EO being so high, is it an opportunity to take on the template because maybe you have the mindset that he can't continue to score bangers from outside the box because his data is relatively poor? Or B, do you think he's got 4 home fixtures in 6, the run's great, strategically, planning-wise, he's an amazing pick because he plays... Is it West Ham, 31?
Yeah,
The
West
blank,
Ham.
and
West
he's
Ham
got
home.
great fixtures, and he's just a great player in good form. Like, what's your thoughts on Rodgers?
So
Is there someone else? If there is, who's the alternative?
that is the big issue with Rodgers, is that I don't see many alternatives for him. The thing I like about Rodgers is that last season he was a 19 return guy and he had plenty of returns in the Champions League. He's going to break 20 returns this season, which puts him around 180, 190 points. So he's got plenty of points to come, especially with the fixtures. The issue is that if you look at some of his underlyings, MPXGI per 90, he's on 0.28 per 90. If you look at Declan Rice, who's much deeper, he's on 0.32. So his underlyings are at a level where they are really, really poor, but I don't think that matters much because he's such a good finisher. When he gets chances, he's going to score them. And his minutes are fantastic, right? I think you can take him on, but fixtures are nice, bro. I think I would have Rodgers on Wildcard, especially because you're trying to save transfers. He's just a guy who can sit there. And who's the alternatives? Like Bruno G, nah. It's a Chelsea mid early, nah. I just don't see any other picks that you can go to where it's like, yeah, I don't see any picks who are better, really. Who I can confidently say are better than Rodgers. That's my issue. I think your team's great. Honestly,
Sorry, I just want to come back on that, by the way. In terms of Rodgers, who's Rodgers going up against? It's going up against Wilson, by the way. It's basically between. I know, like, the price doesn't match. Forgive me, but he's basically if you're considering Rodgers, he's fighting with the likes of Wilson, Tavernier, Rice, Bruno Guimaraes. Who else you got? And Mbeumo now that he's back. Cunha, Foden, Semenyo. These are the type of assets that he's going up against. And fixtures wise, of course, like, he may have an advantage over some of them. But it's just that I think the other assets, when I mentioned Bruno G, when I mentioned Wilson and these guys, and even Mbeumo to an extent, they have more routes to points. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not rushing to sell Cunha, because maybe I want Enzo because Palmer is constantly carrying this knock and he's not available, and Enzo is on pens, and I want Enzo. Even if it's a DM, I'm probably going to still go there because of the fixtures and the fact that he's got penalties. And it could be that I want Tavernier instead of Rodgers, or something like that. So I think there are options. The midfield there's worth of options, and once NDI is back, NDI is also someone that's going to be competing with Rodgers. So I think there are definitely options there. And if you wanted to take him on, you can, for sure.
Makes sense. Final question is, Cunha to Verts or Wilson? I think it's a bit too short term for me. If you had to pick one, I'd go Wilson. Semenyo or Foden on wildcard stock?
Semenyo, I'd go Semenyo personally. He's very versatile, and he can't play the midweek fixtures, so his minutes in the Prem should be very good for the next 3 games, which gives him 3 games to platform himself to Pep. He does well. Why wouldn't he continue? Their fixture runs great from now till 30. He could become very template.
What's your thoughts on this stock? What did you think about Wilson and Tavernier as a combination instead of Rodgers, and then maybe go Ekitike to Watkins? Has that thought process crossed your mind?
I have thought about Rodgers to Wilson and Rice to Saka. Sure.
Okay.
But again, I don't want to do it because I think just because I can afford Saka, I don't think he's a better pick.
Exactly.
Than Rice.
That was my point. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Will O'Reilly.
The only thing about Saka is the captaincy, Kayman. Like in 26, when people TC Saka, I'm taking on that EO completely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a scary proposition. That's the only route. But I don't want to be bullied into Saka out of fear because I think he's just underperforming.
Could Watkins be a better pick though, stock? Like, I was trying to get to that. Like, could Watkins be better than Rodgers because he's in more goal scoring positions than Rodgers? Like, Rodgers is more of like a connector, creator, dribbling, and all that stuff, right? And even if he's scoring worldies. Like, he's not scoring tap-ins or
Watkins.
He's not
underlyings has come up a lot. Like, he used to be really bad MPXG, no big chances, but now he's one of the rare strikers averaging over 1 big chance a game, basically 1 big chance a game, and his non-pen XG is at 0.48, which is really solid. It's more than Ekitike, actually. So his underlyings have creeped up, but he's too expensive. It's Ekatike for me.
To be fair, what I can do is in 2 game weeks. If I really want Enzo, I can just move Rodgers. Say if Semenyo's a keep, right? I can just move Rodgers to Enzo, and I can move Ekatike to Watkins if I really want Villa attack. If Watkins proves to be a good asset, because I do worry about Europa League, and I think they're looking at Tammy Abraham. But this is just right now he's more nailed, but they're looking for a striker.
Cool. That's gonna be everything for today, guys.